Hi everyone, this is Invalesco, and here I am talking about Eldritch Battery again. I know some of you are probably quite tired of hearing me talk about Eldritch Battery by now, but I promise you this video is slightly different. So some of you have been wondering why I used an archer to test the concept of this build rather than a traditional caster or summoner or totem build even. And this is because I was hoping to obtain this unique which you see here today. I have obtained this unique today thanks to a fellow closed beta member, Trunks Beta, who has found it and given it to me for testing. If you look at this unique, you'll realize that there's a mod there that states 150% faster start of ES recharge. If you had watched my previous video, you will realize that I had about 160% faster start of ES recharge from both my tree and this unique belt here. So together with this quiver, it actually gives me a total of 310% faster start of ES recharge. Whether or not that actually makes for smoother gameplay, well, let's test it and find out. Because if you remember from my previous video, gameplay was actually quite constipated. I only have two auras this time, Wrath and Herald of Ice, because Herald of Thunder and reduced mana are with my other character at the moment. So I'm afraid I'm not able to one-shot or two-shot mobs this time. Essentially, however, the concept of build remains the same. Destroy mobs before your ES runs out, move on to the next pack, hope your ES recovers by then. Repeat, move on, repeat, and move on. And let's test out the concept of this build. Okay, one pack destroyed, ES is full. Okay, ES is recharging. Okay, I need to wait for my ES recharge. It's recharging now. This guy takes ages to die. Okay, recharging. It actually takes a bit longer to recharge now in terms of the once it starts recovering. This is because the Scriber provides 40% reduced ES recharge rate. Okay, a few mobs destroyed, ES is full now. Okay, mobs destroyed, ES is full. Okay. Well, let's not fight rares. I can't deal with them right now with this character. So you can see that my ES actually starts recovering as I move on to the next pack. In other words, gameplay is actually much smoother now. I don't know what you guys think, but I feel that this gameplay style is actually, well, I mean, 1.46 seconds delay is actually much easier to deal with and manage compared to the previous video where there was about 2.4 second delay. Some of you back in the original closed beta will remember that CI used to be like this. CI did not always have Ghost River and Zealot's Oath to support it. And in the past, CI characters had to, every time we took damage, we had to walk around, avoid mobs and wait for ES to recharge. And this reminds me very much of that gameplay style, which I felt was quite interesting back at the time. I feel that the mechanic of this Eldritch Battery, the new mechanic of Eldritch Battery is quite interesting. However, I do feel that it is in need of a buff. I know some of you think that it's obvious, this is beta, it will definitely be buffed. I know it will be buffed, but sometimes, I mean, as beta testers, this is what we do. We test beta, we give feedback, we ask for opinions, and you guys do help a lot when you discuss stuff, when you give your own opinions. And I thank you very much for the discussion that's been going on for the past few days. Personally, I feel that Eldritch Battery can be buffed, or should be buffed, in the direction of ES recovery rather than mana regeneration, or ES regeneration, or Zealot's Oath, or Ghost River, or what have you. A keystone such as Eldritch Battery, such a large keystone, such a powerful keystone, such an important keystone, should be able to function on its own without having to rely on uniques such as these two uniques, or even keystones such as Zealot's Oath. However, if you look here, you realize that I've done quite a lot of investment in trying to get all these nodes, and even then, without the uniques, it was not playable. And with these two uniques, it's slightly playable, but even then, if you ask me if it's worth it, I would say it's not worth it. A keystone should not depend on uniques like this. Personally, I feel that the keystone itself perhaps could have a implicit mod that states 200% faster start of ES recharge, or maybe a note behind that states something along those lines. Well, I don't know. We'll see how EB gets buffed, and but this is probably going to be my last video on EB for this current version of closed beta. After the wipe, if EB gets buffed, I might come back if I have time and create another video, but we'll see how that goes.